Okay, so we're trying to figure out, like, she makes a profit of $40 on each pair of adult skates, $20 on each pair of child skates sold. Sasha can stock up at most 80 pairs of skates on her shelves. She orders skates once every 6 weeks and order up to 50 pairs of each type. That's a keyword, each type of skate. How many of each type of skate must Sasha stock and sell in a 6-week period in order to maximize her profits? What is her maximum profit? All right, what's going to be my X and Y? Adult and child. Okay, so the X for the adult and the Y could be for the child skates. And the number of skates are number of pairs. What's the first two? X is greater than or equal to? X is greater than. Starts off X is greater than or equal to 0. And Y is greater than or equal to 0. Not what I wanted. Hold up. Okay, so that's what I meant to press, sorry. So we've got the X is greater than or equal to 0, Y is greater than or equal to 0.
Are they always going to be X and Y is greater than or equal to 0?
Yes. Those are your first two, always. Okay, now here's the other thing. If you read this, you notice how it says she makes a profit of $40 on each pair. Okay, right with that word profit, that sentence is going to part D. So that's why I wrote the D over that. I'm going to ignore that. So I'm really starting with this problem. For part A, I am working this problem starting with Sasha can stock up at most 80 pairs of skates. Okay. What kind of skates are we talking about again?
Children's and adults.
The children's and adults. Put those together. X plus Y has to be...
40x plus 21.
No. Again, ignore that. That's for part D. That's what I was just saying.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. X plus Y has to be what? Less than or equal to, because I want to be less than or equal to 80. So X plus Y has to be less than or equal to 80. Because I am trying to say that most I can have is 80 pairs of skates. If I put all the child and adult skates together, the most I can have, the highest, the biggest number has got to be 80. Everything else should be less than, but I could be equal to that. Okay, then you read the next sentence. She can order up to 50 pairs of each type. Does that mean she can order 50 pairs of the adults?
Yes.
Yes. Does that mean she can order 50 pairs of the children's skates? Yes. So two separate equations with that. X can be less than or equal to 50. Y can be less than or equal to 50. Okay. So with that idea, having that right there, we've got those 5 equations. What scale would you like to use? 10. Okay, let's go with 10. So let me go ahead and write that in there. Scale 10. And you'll see me probably graph in the... scale 10. Okay. Okay, you've got this. We've got this. The first one, that's the X greater than 0. Second one is the Y greater than or equal to the one that goes horizontally. Like I said, here's my intercepts for the 80. X intercept is 80. The Y intercept is 80. Connect those two. And I've got that line. Plus, then I've also got the lines for the Y, or the X less than 50 and the Y less than 50.
So what happens?
Not every time will you shade there, but in this case, yes, that's where you end up shading. Well, like what I do is something like this, where I'm on the board here and I'm saying like, okay, this is great, X greater than 0, Y greater than 0, less. I kind of draw some little arrows to kind of say which direction I'm shading for each one of those off each line. And then, well, look, all these arrows are kind of meeting right in here, so that means this is where I've got to be shading. So I pay attention to like how I draw my little arrows for that. Okay, then I can identify 5 points. That becomes my answer for part C. Okay, these 5 points will become my answer. These 5 corners that surround the shaded area, the feasible region, those will become my answer for part C. What are those 5 points?
0, 50.
Okay, 0, 50, 50, 0, 0, 0, and? 30, 50 would be another one. 80, 0. No. 80, 0 is...
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
0, 4.
No, okay.
What?
Here's 30, 50. What is this one? 50, 30. Okay, there's your 5 points. Okay, those 5 points are going to be used in the profit function, or to find the maximum profit. So now I'm ready to go to part D. Once you've got this, you're ready to go to part D. Part D, now I look at the sentence that talked about profit. How do I figure out the profit? P equals what?
P equals
Okay, more than x plus y though. What times the x?
the x and the trig.
Where do you see 2x plus 5y? I don't even see a 2 and a 5 in this.
20x plus
Getting closer.
40x.
We said x is the adults. 40x
40x
plus 20y. There we go.
Has to be less than 8.
No. This one's equal to. There's no less than or equal to on that. There will never be a less than or equal
How do you
to.
know what is equal to that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what the profit is equal to. So when you plug those in, you get an answer of 50, 30. And there's, like you can see, 30, 50 gave me 2,200. 50, 30 gave me 2,600. So my answer for part E was 50, 30, 2,600. Which actually means 50 adult skates, 30 children skates will give me a maximum profit of $2,600.
Good.
In 6 weeks? This is the iceberg. And Y is the romaine on this one. Start with your constraints. What's the first 2 you should write?
x and y is less than or equal to 0.
Less than or equal to 0?
Greater
Greater
than or equal
than or equal to 0. Okay, x is greater than or equal to 0. Y is greater than or equal to 0.
So for A, it's always going to be x is greater than or equal to 0.
Yes, that's what like it says at the top of the page. You always have those 2 real world constraints. Always. So those should be the first 2 you write. Okay, then from there, okay, you notice how it says yields? Iceberg yield lettuce yields 200, romaine yields 250. That is also like another example of a profit statement. So ignore that sentence until part D.
Okay.
Everything else we can possibly use, but we're going to ignore that sentence. All right, so to prevent loss due to disease, the farmers should plant no more than 3,000 acres of iceberg. How do I write that into an equation?
X has to be less than or equal to
Okay, so
whatever that number is.
3,000
Yeah.
that you can see on your own worksheet.
Oh, yeah.
So x is going to be less than or equal to 3,000. Okay, then
and y is going to be
Less
less
than or
than
equal to.
y is that less than or equal to 2,500. Look at y'all. Y'all should get this. Okay.
Those are the only lines.
so
No, there's one more equation hidden in this one.
The 36
What 36 what?
acres.
Not quite 36 acres. It's 3,600.
Where's that?
3,600 right at the very
Oh,
top.
yeah.
They own a 3,600 acre field. What are they planting in that field?
it's
Iceberg and romaine.
X is y.
X plus y
Equals 3,600.
has to be less than or equal to 3,600. Okay, now I have, say, 5, or I have all my equations. It doesn't necessarily have to be 5, but I have all my equations.
And graph them.
And I can graph them. What scale do you think you're going to want to use?
100.
Okay, let's look. If you did 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you even did 200, you don't get there. Now, everyone has done, like say, every other class has done 500. So we'll go with 500 on this one. Okay, so try a scale. I've already done the zeros there. Try a scale of 500. Take a minute and graph that. Okay, so there's the 3,000 and 2,500. 3,600. Again, x, y intercepts. 600 divided by 1 is 3,600. 3,600 divided by 1 is 3,600. So I'm going to put a dot that's just past 3,500 to represent 3,600, both on the x and the y, and connect them. And there is my shaded region. And I've identified the 5 points that I need to say graph. The first 3 I think are easy. 0, 0, 3,000, 0, 0, 2,500. Those 3 I'm getting from getting the x and y, the intercepts based on those vertical lines, the horizontal and vertical lines. The 2 points on the diagonal line I think are a little bit harder, but if you think about them, they shouldn't be. If this lower point right here is 3,000, 0, the one right above it is going to be
0.
no. It's still if these two are even like this, isn't this also a 3,000? 3,000 comma what? Notice it's on the line that adds up to 3,600. So 3,000 plus what adds up to 30? 3,000 plus what adds up to 3,600? 600. So this point that's right above the 3,000 is 3,600. Okay, this one is also, we know it's 2,500 because it's even with this one. Okay, but what's the x? Well, again, on this line that says adds up to 3,600. What plus 2,500 adds up to 3,600? 1,100. Okay, so there's my other 2 points. All right, now I can go back to the profit statement that I missed or skipped earlier. The profit is equal to, P is equal to what? How much do you get for the iceberg?
200.
Okay, so P equals 200 X plus 250Y. So P is equal to 200X plus 250Y. Should be 1,100, 2,500, which gives you a bigger or an answer of $845,000 because that is a lot bigger than the 3,600. 3,600 only gives me an answer of $750,000. So again, you're looking for maximum. So at 1,100, 2,500, right here, that point, you will get the maximum profit that they can make with trying to maximize everything they can from their, say, 3,600 acre field. Again, what is the x? If you look at this situation, what is the x? What is the y?
Greater than or equal to.
No, not greater than or equal. What is x and y? I'm asking specifically. What 2 models?
The speed the radio model and the speed merchant.
Yeah, the Rapido and the Speed Merchant. Okay. Now, again, then I would say, what are my first 2 equations I'm going to write?
X greater than or equal to 0.
And?
Y is greater than or equal to 0.
Okay, so there you go. Those are the first 2. Now, looking at this sentence that talks about the dealers who sell these models want to receive from 30 to 80. So, can I have less than 30?
Yeah.
If I want to receive 30 to 80, doesn't that mean I want at least 30 of the x?
Greater
X?
equal to 30 than less than or equal
30
to
less
80.
than 0.
Right. So x should be greater than or equal to 30 and less than or equal to 80. So that gives us 2 other equations. That's based off this little portion right here.
So you're on a lot of lines.
Yes, you are. This one, 10 to 30.
Y is less than or equal to.
Less than?
I mean greater than.
Greater than.
Or equal to 3.
And less than or equal to 30. So greater than or equal to 10, less than or equal to 30. All right. Last equation talks about how many of these skateboards can I make at all per day. Total.
80.
So that means, do I say just x less than or equal to 80?
Plus Y.
X plus y, because I'm putting those together like that.
Less than or equal to.
Okay. So, what scale would you like to use for this?
10.
Okay, works for me. Graph this using a scale of 10. So you can see here, I've got, this is x0, this vertical line, this next vertical line going to the right would be x greater than or equal to 30. Last one is 80. Here I start off horizontal line at the bottom is y greater than or equal to 0, then y greater than or equal to 10, y less than or equal to 30.
Is it going to be shading the left square or like the farther?
Oh, what?
I guess I gave that all the way there. Okay, now, here. When I graph this diagonal line, think about this. I need to be greater than this one, greater than this one. Okay. Basically what happens is, like this x greater than or equal to 30 and the y greater than or equal to 10 kind of overwrite the zeros. Because they're greater than these already. Okay, so I don't need those as much. So I want to be greater than, say, 10. So I need to be to the left of the 30, but to the, no, I'm sorry, I need to be to the right of the 30, but to the left of the 80. So I'm in between 30 and 80, right? I'm also in between 10 and 30. Above 10, below 30. This one, the diagonal line, am I supposed to be above or below the diagonal line?
Below.
Below. So as I start shading like that, I'm supposed to be in this rectangle, but then I got to be below the diagonal, so that ends up giving me that shaded area that you see right there. And 4 points, only 4 points. What are those 4 points?
30-30.
30-30 is one. 30-10 is another.
0-50.
Not in the least bit.
7, I mean,
Yeah, 70.
70,
70-10.
10.
And what about this one?
And 50, 30.
50-30. There you go. So 30-10, 30-30, 30 or 50-30, and 70-10. Now I can find part D. What's the profit equal to? What am I going to charge?
Equals 15x plus 8y.
Exactly. 15x plus 8y.
Is it always p equals?
Unless the question said costs, like we want to minimize costs,
Let's see.
that would be C equals. And like, I was looking at the test, L test, and that's what they kind of had in there, so I might show y'all an example of that so y'all can make sure you're kind of prepared. I might still change it around and still have a profit equal, so I'm kind of debating. Okay, if I plug these in, again, do I need to try all 4 of them? No. Bottom 2, plug them in. Which one gives you the best profit?
70-10.
Sounds like it. I don't remember. Okay, so 70-10. Let's see. Yep, 70-10. And a profit of $1,130.